Hello everybody, I am Benjamin Magnus, and today we're going to be starting a new playthrough of Stellaris, the first new intellectual property from Paradox Development Studios in nearly a decade. Now, I wanted to be able to jump into the game as quickly as possible, so I went off screen and created myself a custom race, the Interstellar Mesh'Ben Directorate. Now, Mesh'Ben actually popped up in the random name generator, so when I saw it, I thought, there's no way I can pass that up. It's too perfect, and we went with it. Now, these guys I've created a little bit of a backstory for. They are a very haves and have-not society. They're a plutocratic oligarchy, which means there's basically a cadre of ruling elite who control all the power. And money is king. That means there's going to be basically three classes, and they are decadent. They're decadents, which means they need slaves in their society to be happy. So there's this ruling oligarchy of, like elitists. There's a labor class, then there's a slave class. They're sedentary because, hey, they're mushrooms, basically. They don't like to move around too much. They're conformists, which means they're not the thoughts of the people aren't going to diverge very much, basically. And because there's a ruling elite, they've been able to keep themselves in power for a very long time. They're very talented at keeping themselves in power. They're collectivists, which means they love slaves, and they're fanatic xenophobes, which means they do not like anybody else, and alien slaves are wonderful to them. They're going to be on a tundra world, which means, kind of cool arid places are their biome of choice. We're going to be using nuclear missiles, just because I like missiles. We're going to be using hyperspace travel lanes, which means it's kind of your basic Space 4X methodology of travel. There's going to be little lanes that connect one system to the next, and you have to travel on those. So with that, we're going to hop right into the game. And here we are in the eons since the first primitive Mesh'Ben communities took shape on the windy plains of Lashox. Lashox? Let's go with Lashox. Our civilization has spread and prospered. As scientific knowledge increased and new outposts were founded across our world, trade flourished and tied the various nation-states together until they became a single entity. Power rested with the merchant princes, the true architects of our achievements as a civilization. Now, after the discovery of the hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Interstellar Mesh'Ben Directorate have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Let's begin.
Good day, Chief
I'm going to turn the advisor off, actually. I have played a bunch off screen, not really into late game too much, but I've played a lot of early game stuff. I'm no expert, but I just don't feel like listening to him going on all the time. So let's start out by picking some techs. Now, the way the tech system works is it's kind of like a card-based system. You pick one of, so like for each category, we're going to pick one of three different cards, basically. And the ones that don't get picked will get kind of reshuffled back in the deck. So it's not kind of mutually exclusive. Some of these might come back up later. So we can do physics lab, solar panel networks, or let's see, fusion reactor, generate a great amount of power without many of the risks associated with fission power. So that would be better generators for our ships. But I think I like the solar panel network better because you could build those on space stations and to get more energy credits, which is one of your resources. So we're going to go with that one. First things first, for society, colony ships. Definitely, because if we find a colonizable planet, which are few and far between, I found, which I love. Like, I was playing Masters of Orion recently, and basically any system, you could colonize any planet and make it perfect with pretty little effort. But in this one, it takes some doing to find a good planet for yourselves. And last research, this is engineering. We can do nanocomposite armor, ion thrusters, or an engineer facility. This is basically a better research facility, better engines, or better armor. I think I'm going to go with the engineering facility. And you can see that they do take quite a while of in-game time, but it's not like Hearts of Iron where it's an hour at a time is going by. You're going by at like Crusader King's speed, where it's days, or even on the slowest speed, days are ticking by pretty quickly like that. Okay, so we're not going to want too much time to fly by before we do a couple things. So we need to take our science ship, and let's see, what is this? Active leader experience gain plus 15%. So Thrumog, we're going to call him Thrumog here. is our scientists. Our first scientist. And he's going to get a mission to survey the system. Now, that's a pretty awesome little functionality. You don't have to go through and individually tell him to like survey all the little moons and things like that. He'll go through and plot himself some courses and just do it himself. Now let's take a look at our galaxy map and see where we are. Ooh, I like this. This is the first time I'm actually using the hyperlink lanes, or whatever they're called. Before I was using the warp engines, but I think I like this. Seeing the network played out here, I really love that. And interesting, the Sol system is right next to us. It's just hanging out right there. Okay, so let's unpause. Put it on normal speed here, close the galactic map, go back to our system map. Well, basically what we're going to need to do is wait for our science ship to find anything interesting. So we can actually crank this up a little bit here. So he's scanning the sun. What he's going to do is look for any resources in the system that we can use. Then we can use our construction ship to make use of those, basically. Oh, you know what else we could do right now? Let's go to our capital. There's our planetary governor. Humigal. Humigal is a very interesting name. And we're going to go to the surface. Let's see, where is our... Okay, this is our administration building. Okay, so right now, we're taking a hit because we don't have any slaves in our empire. There are no slaves. And right off the bat, what I think I'm going to do is... Let's see, I see a bunch of red people. They could be like a ruling class, maybe. And then there's a bunch of purple people. Well, these kind of like a magenta and kind of a pinky color, but they're close. That could be our labor class. I only see one of these green guys, though. I only see one of them. So what we're immediately going to do is say, hey, I don't like you because you're green, and we're going to enslave him. Enslave all Mesh'Ben. No, we're not going to enslave everybody. We're going to enslave him. So that made everybody more productive, basically. You know what might actually be a good idea is to put him on something like farming. Yeah, that's better. That actually gets me more power. The slaves are good at manual labor, so like mining or farming, but they're not so good at research or power generation. All right, so we are scanning our moons. Frozen. Frozen's not going to work. Barren's not going to work. Oh, we already found an anomaly. Survey of our home system. We found something on Gulls Lashox Va. And not early observation made of our home. Okay, so let's research that. All right, we're immediately going to tell our ship that we want to see what is going on the moon of... Oh, you know, that's not Va, it's 5A. Because this is Gulls Lashox? Lashox? I don't know. Like, I'm assuming that pronunciation is probably going to change a bunch throughout this playthrough. So that's that's like Moon 5A, or the 5th planet, Moon A. And then there's Moon B and Moon C here. Is it the 5th one out? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is the 5th one out. Right, let's just crank this up, because I want to see what is going on this moon that we just found. Almost done. Boom. Turned up a natural geometric formation. Almost looks like a marker showing the way forward. The natural beauty of the universe can be quite astonishing. We should continue to investigate these sorts of anomalies whenever you get the chance. Surely grant us knowledge and technology. Okay, so that's probably going to add in... Oh, it didn't. I thought it would add in a little mission over here, special project, but it did not. Interesting. All right, so he should continue his survey. Yes, he is. I'm a little surprised. Well, he's only surveyed a couple bodies. I'm waiting for him to find something that we can use. Oh, yeah, there we go. Energy credits. Build a mining station in orbit of this planet to acquire them. So we're going to take our construction ship. We're going to use 81 minerals or whatever they are. Minerals, yeah. Use 81 to build a power generations, a mining station. Basically, like an orbital power station around this gas giant here. All right, there's nothing here. Barren world. 0 habitability, so we can't colonize it. This one's going to be 0 as well, because it's frozen. We need tundras, is what we're looking for. Oh, there's another one. Actually, we can get minerals from that one. Very nice. All right. Let's go to our surface now. Do we have any... We don't have any unemployed populations, and this one's growing. If it's kind of transparent, it means it hasn't grown to its full size, and they won't work a tile until they're fully grown. So we could wait for him to grow and then do something with him. But right now there's not really, I don't see any point in building a building that's not going to be worked correctly. Did you finish? No. And the construction ship's going. And you'll see when that's finished that this should bump up to 7. Barren world with a ring system. Oh, and there's minerals there. It's really more interested in getting power generation early on, but minerals is good too. Oh, and this last one's influence. Influence you can use to build stations and things like that. Building construction of a mining station. And what's actually really cool, and I really like this feature, is that if you're on the galactic map and you click on this, you could tell it to build mining stations. It will go to that system and build every one available. So, yep, we're going to use those minerals, and we're going to start collecting these 5 minerals from the other 2 planets. And what we're going to do is take our science ship. We are going to go to the Sol system and survey it. Now, let's see. How does... What is he going to do? Where's my science ship? Here he is. So he's going to activate... Oh, wow. There we go. Activated his warp engines. And interesting, Sol 3, is it Tomb World? I've never seen that before. Each species has a planet class. A rocky world of nitrogen, oxygen, and is currently experiencing a nuclear winter with dense layers of sooty aerosols in the atmosphere. High levels of surface radiation, minimal signs of life. So, this is the actual Sol system, it looks like. Yeah, this is definitely... It's not a randomly generated Sol system. It is just this. It's our solar system, which I love that we wiped ourselves out. It is this little symbol means that it's habitable. Doesn't mean that it's habitable for me though. Once it's surveyed, it'll either turn green or red. So we'll see what's if. Well, would anything be habitable here for me? Maybe some of the moons might be frozen. No, they should all probably be frozen. Frozen. Sol 4. No. It's barren. Gas giant. Now, I don't think anything in here is going to be habitable for me, but it might prove useful in terms of resources. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. Well, maybe no, the moon's barren. It's not going to be tundra. There's not really any atmosphere there, is there? Nothing yet. Construction ship's working. I love that the Sol system was right freaking here. All right, he finished.
Anomaly found.
Ooh, nice. Debris field. Can we... Okay, let's zoom over to it. So, around one of the larger asteroids in the solar system, we found a debris field. There is a really high risk of failure, because it's a level 3 anomaly, and we are only a skill level 2 at the moment. So, we are going to leave for now. And it should pop up on... No, it didn't. Will it pop up on the galactic map? Yes. Okay, there we go. So if you have the... it's really nice informationally when you're looking at these, because the information displayed changes based on who you have selected. Like, if I have my construction ship selected, it's telling me that there are 3 unworked resources right here and 2 worked resources. But if I have my science ship selected, it tells me that over here there's an anomaly level 3. All right, so after Sol, we'll go to the Gaul system, or Goal system. Pronounce it Sol. Why don't the other one should be pronounced Goal, right? And frozen. They're all going to be frozen, right? Yeah. So there might be some interesting anomalies in this system, but I'm not going to be able to colonize it with a, with my fungoid people. The Mesh'Ben aren't going to be able to colonize a world here, I don't think. Nope, nothing there. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, gained a level. Okay, very nice. My scientist just gained a level, so he might be able to take care of this. Yes. All right, so let's research that. Let's do that right now. It went from a 55% failure rate to a 30% failure rate. So there's a pretty good chance that's going to work, although in my experience, I have bad luck. When I was playing earlier, I had one that was like a 15% failure rate, and it failed, of course. construction ship. I think he's pretty much done here. There are observation posts that you can build when you find systems that have primitive races on them. Frontier outposts. Critical failure. Critical failure! We lost contact with the ship shortly after it entered the dense field of debris. Days later, we recovered an escape pod from the edge of the field. Survived, but has no memory of what... Oh my god. Critical... Very, very first anomaly. 30% chance of failure. I got a critical failure that destroyed the ship. Alright, so we're going to need to... I don't think I have anything... No, I can't build anything on my spaceport yet. We're going to need to rebuild our science ship. We have a science ship. There we go. That'll take 60 days. Not too bad at all. Oh my god. Very first anomaly, critical failed. Ah, I can't believe it. Actually, I can really believe it. I was playing EU4 yesterday with fans during one of my community events, and what do we got here? 2 mining stations? Yeah, 2 mining stations. And I was losing really easily 1 battles because of random number generator problems. All right, so I should be able to assign my level 3 Thromog back to the science ship. He's going to go to the Sol system, and he's going to continue surveying. So when you fail an anomaly like that, it disappears. The ship was destroyed in the debris field. Thankfully, he survived, because he did level up, so I didn't want to lose him. Is this a black hole? That looks like a black hole to me. Or... is it? I don't know. It looks like there's a cluster of them right here. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, for me, it's clear that I have to expand out this way. I have to go searching this way, because those are the only hyperlink lanes that exist. But other races that have other, different types of hyperdrives of faster-than-light travel, they might be able to come in from other directions. We have to keep that in mind when we build defenses and come into military contact with other people. All right, so let's go over to the Sol system. Okay, we're scanning Earth right now. Ah, there we go. This world has been thoroughly ravaged by a nuclear war. There is a 0% chance to fail this, so we are going to research this one. And it is habitable, just not habitable for us. That's something that, there's a couple things that I really loved about this so far. One of the things is how each race has a different type of planet it deems habitable. So for me, I like tundra worlds that are, not barren, but, kind of like barren plus cold, basically. That is completely uninhabitable for other races. So I might come into contact with a race that has a system with 1 or 2 habitable planets in it for me, but it's completely garbage for them. All right, so let's read the nuclear devastation on Sol 3, aka Earth. The surface of Sol 3 has been ravaged by nuclear war, and the planet is little more than a tomb. This is awesome, because I've never come across the Sol system or a tomb world before. Withered concrete skeletons jut out of the ground where major population centers once stood. Howling winds is all that can be heard on the desolate, ash-covered surface. A local species of insect seem to be thriving in the radiated environment. Mutated species have increased dramatically in size, and some communities are displaying signs of rudimentary intelligence. So, there is a mutated cockroach population living here, it seems. Now, I can build an engineering station here, a research station. That'll give me more research points. Does that? No, and that did not. Now these, I don't know, but I'm assuming. Let's actually build a construction ship over here. Let's send them over to Sol and start building. Let's start with a research station. I'm assuming there's a possibility that with time they could become sentient and we could build an observation post there. I don't know for sure, but it's always a possibility with this game. You never know what's going to happen. I've heard rumors that there's a space Cthulhu that can enter the system, enter the universe that you have to fight. Anything involving Cthulhu is cool. So we're almost done surveying the system, it looks like. Yep, it looks like Sol 8 is the last one to worry about. So now my little construction ship, he's going to build a little engineering station over the Tomb World. Oh, okay. Encounter at Galactic. That's my home system. We have encountered some alien vessels. We have flagged them as the Alpha Magnus. So, dynamic spacefarers is in an uproar following the news of unidentified ships sighted in the void. Okay, so games, let's pause it. Let's go back over here. I think you can actually, let's test that. I think you can tab. Yeah, tab switches between systems. Where are they? Here they are. All right, so I think these are space whales. They're organic. They're not a you know, another galactic empire or anything like that. So let's investigate them. Research, and I believe when you do this, let's actually check on our research. Does it? Yeah. When you start researching projects, it takes over the research that you've currently been doing. So it's going to put back the colony ship in capacity overload for a little while, but it's going to let us know what's going on with these space whales right here. And this, I think, oh, power generating station can be built here. So the Sol system is going to prove useful. I'm going to be able to get 5 minerals, 6 engineering research points, which is almost more than double what I'm producing right now, and also some energy. So I'm going to have my construction ship, when he's done here, really go to town on the Sol system. The science ship, meanwhile, is going to head over to the Gaul system and survey that one. And as you can see, he auto-plotted the best course to get there, back through Gaul's Lashaks. I cannot wait to really get late game. I shouldn't say that. I'm enjoying early game. I've been enjoying mid game. I'm enjoying this game flat out. It's so smooth. It's so fleshed out. It's so good to. It's so pretty. It's so nice to look at. It's just absolutely wonderful. Having so much fun with it. All right, construction ship. Okay, he's over there. Science ship. He's already made it to the Gaul system. Let's see. Here we go. Tundra World. There we are. So this it might be a potential colony for us. Gaul 2 right here. Tundra World. That's our biome. So that means we wouldn't be able to do it until we can build a colony ship. Let's go back to our home system, by the way, and see if we can't do a little construction here. This guy's almost grown. Let's see, growth progress 44.8 of 45.3, so it's only going to take 1.1 month, or no. Is that 1.1 per month? Oh, no, there he is right there. I was talking and he grew. Now, the tile here produces research points, so what we're going to do is build a basic science lab right there to double down on that. Very nice. Okay, let's take the construction ship. He paused. What we're going to do is have him build the other research station first. Really get those engineering points cranked in before we do any of the minerals here. I really want those research points. All right. Searching Gaul 2.
Special project complete.
Very good. Oh, here we go. The special project. The spaceborne life forms, although they don't look nearly that evil, that's an interesting graphic right there, which the Mesh'Ben, head of society research, is the Tiyanki. We're going to go with Tiyanki, docile creatures of accessing some lower dimension of subspace. They roam from system to system with relative ease, though nearly the same ease as the Mesh'Ben fleets. Graze on gases common in the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients is yet to be discovered. They are rare. They will rarely, if ever, attack, even when provoked. So they're docile. So for now, we don't have to worry about them. All right, so we are definitely going to colonize this planet. It looks pretty good. We can probably plop our colony down safely, like here. Because the administration center where you start your colony at gives adjacency bonuses to the tiles next to it. So like here, 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 and here. Later we can clear that tile blocker out. But I'm pretty stoked about that. Found a habitable system right next to us. That is pretty cool, and it's in the right direction, too.
Research complete.
All right, so we finished our engineering research, which is good. Makes sense. We have the most engineering research points, and we're going to start a new one. Now, let's see. We can do powered exoskeletons, deep space outposts, or Betharian refining. Now, this is a rare strategic resource, and it will reveal this on the map for us once we research it. Kind of like if you're playing Civ 5 and you research horses or husbandry or whatever that particular research, whether that particular research method is called, and it reveals horses on the map. So the same as in this. Once you research it, it'll show you where it is so that you can use it, and you can use those to. Ooh, another anomaly. Impressive structures, little Golfi A surface, particularly begging for some archaeological work. Now, there's only a failure risk of 10%. So we're going to do it. It's this moon right here. It's a barren world. Over there. I'm going to start working on... Come on. There we go. Habitable... Ooh, what is this? We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Leshaks. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog these life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. A commendable initiative begins the Habitable World Survey event chain. We have more important matters to focus on. Yes, we are going to do that. That's a pretty big event chain. I've had that pop up before. Basically, what you have to do is find 8 habitable worlds, and they're not exactly common, especially when it's particular to the biome you need. So it's going to take a little while to find those, I think. Okay, he is constructing over here. We're already up to 12 engineering research points. And we unlock solar panel network for our space stations. I'll show you that in a second. I'm going to start a new research. Alright, so research speed 5%. That's an easy thing to pick right there. Yeah. Oh, this one would unlock power plants too. But right now, research speed early on in the game, easy choice right there. Easy choice. And we're building a research station. Constructing... Is he building the station here? Yeah. He's building the research station.
Construction complete.
Now, the research stations are starting to suck up my energy credits, so we're going to have to work on that pretty soon. So let's go over here. Let's go to our surface, see what we can do about that. Are there any places where we could get more energy? I see one. I do. I see one right there. I see one right there. There's tile blockers there, but we can work with that. And we could upgrade this building right here right now, but right now I'm more interested in clearing out that tile blocker and getting more energy credits to work with. Alright. Okay, so we didn't fail. So Gull 5A is uninhabited and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs? Cenotaphs? Carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monolith flowing lines defy definitely chart a history so fantastical it must surely be fictional. Surely. So we just get free 234 free research points for that. So that's pretty damn good, because that gave us a little jump on the Betharian power plant research right here, and trying to find the Betharian stone. I'm happy with that. We didn't critical fail again, which is great. I don't anticipate anything else coming out of this system. We have a habitable planet, which is just phenomenal. And we're going to head right over this next system. What is this? Kasem? I'm going to call it Kasem. We're going to survey Kasem. I'm going to see what's over there first, planet-wise, before we wrap up this episode, though. Alright, what do we got to work with here? A small system. Looks like there's only 3 planets. Toxic world, barren world, and a gas giant. Very small system. There might be some resources here to work with, but right now it doesn't look like there's going to be much. Now, he's sleeping, so we can work on some stuff here.
Construction complete.
And we're going to tell him to blow our minerals here, and we're going to get energy and more minerals out of it. So that'll work in the long run for us. Nothing at the sun. About... Oh, it's Kelsim. Kelsim 1. Thought that was an I when I was looking at it on the galactic map. Kelsim 1. Nothing there. Kelsim 2. What are the odds? We'll find out soon. Slow little science ship. I don't expect anything out of this system. It looks pretty poor. Bam.
System survey complete.
No, that's it. Nothing there. Absolutely nothing. So, before we go, what we're gonna do is let's go here. Let's send him here. We'll have to go a roundabout way, but I want to see this one first. And when we finally do colonize Gaul, it'll expand our influence range, and that'll allow us access to these areas as well. So everybody, if you have enjoyed this episode, which I really hope you have, because I love this game, just drop me a like. Leave me any comments right down below, and if you are interested in more Benjamin Magnus Plays Stellaris, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time.